back to health matters, in fact. And well, first of all, BioNTech. Well, first it was Starmer's. Well, let's put it this way: it was Starmer's announcement of personalized medicine for cancer treatments. That was announced at the beginning of the year, enabled by AI-driven data centers. Then it was Operation Stargate, announced by Larry Ellison at Trump's inauguration. For exactly the same reason. Well, now COVID-19 vaccine pioneers BioNTech, and I say that with deep sarcasm for the avoidance of doubt, have announced a commitment to a 10-year, up to £1 billion investment in the UK, and this is for new research and AI centres to be established in London as well as Cambridge. And Starmer's government claims that this demonstrates the benefits of the Oxford-Cambridge growth corridor, right? BioNTech says they will develop the next generation of life-changing medicines underpinned by up to £129 million of government support. And this agreement underscores the government's commitment to life sciences as a key part of the plan for change. This is their language that they use. Driving improvements in healthcare and delivering economic growth. The government is crowing about what a great deal this is, citing the Academy of Medical Sciences, who report that every £1 spent on medical research delivers a return of 25p every year forever after that. What a business model, Charles, almost as good as perpetual war, which is the other major business model the current British regime is pursuing. But that means they've covered their costs in 4 years, and everything for eternity is profit, sheer profit from then on. Incredible.
Absolutely. So they'll be licking their lips at the prospect of going back into the European Union.
But sticking with AI.
Sticking with AI, indeed, yes. Now, I was reporting on the situation last week of the deliberate policy of creating water scarcity, and the Labour MP, Belle Ribeiro Addy, during UK Column News, created a rather awkward atmosphere during Prime Minister's questions last week by asking about the potential impact of AI on the environment. Now, the reply from the Permanent Undersecretary made reference to the long-term sustainability and the creation of the AI Energy Council. The government expects, quote, the council will also look at clean energy like renewables and nuclear, advising on improving energy efficiency and sustainability in AI and data center infrastructure, such as the use of water, end quote. Now, as well as the energy operators, the council includes Google, Microsoft, and Amazon Web Services. So I think we can take an educated guess at which version of sustainability that we are going to get. Now, at the same time as insisting that we can harness the power of the sun via solar panels, the government, of course, is funding research into how to block the same sun. And now, as it tells people to conserve water, the government is desperately pushing to create technology that's projected to use as much as 2/3 of the whole of the UK's water supply. A recent announcement about AI growth zones has caused some people at last to scratch their heads, and the guidance references the availability of water as being a technical consideration. Now, specifically, enough water to satisfy 500 megawatts of AI infrastructure, and the issue therefore becomes rather straightforward. It's one of priority. So what form does the written confirmation from a water supplier take? And if there is a water shortage, does a data center assume that priority over the people or animals who might need to drink it? So if the data center is there at all, then presumably there's no point in its existence if it's to be switched off periodically. So with that in mind, I think the question is, why does the burden for the provision of water not fall upon either the government, whose bright idea these growth zones are, or indeed the businesses which intend to build the data centres? Now, as has been pointed out by The Guardian, among others, it's a mighty coincidence that the data centre proposed for Culham in Oxfordshire will be just a stone's throw from the proposed reservoir at Abingdon. So, as is exactly the case with electricity, the inference here is that AI will only work if you stop using all of its electricity and water. And finally, it should be noted that Microsoft has trialled successfully and used an undersea storage of data centers for cooling, something that the Chinese continue to do. Now, on screen here is Project Natick or Natick in Scotland, and despite the abundance of seawater in Scotland, Microsoft have decided that they're not going to go further with it, and one can only imagine this is because it's easier and cheaper to abstract all of the rest of the water, which the taxpayer will be providing for them. So I think an area that we will have to keep people updated on, such as the government's push and push and push for AI being the answer to absolutely everything.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's